Being able to save your first $100,000 is your foundation. To get there, it's really more about your mindset and habit. But I'm telling you, it will set your foundation for your net worth to explode. I'm Rosie. You just gotta do it scared. Listen, growing up in America was a real struggle. When I say broke,
The suffer is real.
You ever heard of the quote, when you have too much month at the end of the money? Yeah, that was my life. You're so much in survival mode, you can't even think straight, okay? You just can't even think straight. I also didn't have anybody to teach me from the fundamentals on how to manage my finances or how to start making my money work for me. So if I've been able to build my foundation and grow my net worth, where today I'm sitting on a real estate portfolio worth over $1.5 million, I'm just here to inspire you that you can do the same for yourself if you desire. I like to say, think about money like a seed that you have to plant in fertile soil. Because from that one seed, it bears fruit and it bears more seedlings that you can turn around and sow back into the soil for it to multiply. I started saving and investing back when I was barely making $12 an hour. Many times it felt like it was a waste because I was barely seeing the progress, but I understood that it would take time. These habits will take time. Investment will take time to grow. And when I hit that first 100K, seeing that my bank account, man, it does something to your brain chemistry. But since then, my network has exploded. I was able to leverage my investings and my savings to get $1 million in funding to be able to build my real estate portfolio. How did I get to that first 100K? I leveraged a high yield savings account and my ETF investment portfolio. When you're done watching this, check out the videos that I made more in depth about high yield savings accounts and starting investing in ETFs. I'll put it at the end for you. So definitely check it out. You gotta get into it, sis. So back to building that financial foundation. I started investing in ETFs that track the market. I had to learn the hard way, actually, not to try to beat the market or try to pick some random stocks because somebody said that it was like exploding in growth. Because doing that before I actually understood the principles of money cost me some serious money. That's also why I always tell you in any of my investing videos that you should invest money, only the money that you're willing to lose, you should invest it. We hope it continues to grow, but there's always a chance that you can lose your investment. I've learned to just keep it simple and let the power of compound interest and reinvesting just do its thing. And let me tell you, it worked wonders. My network started growing faster than I even ever thought possible. Let me tell you a little secret. The first time you see $100,000 in your bank account, you'll just be in awe. I remember starting at it for so long and I was just thinking like, all the possibilities. But no, seriously, money is really just a tool. And now you have access to be able to do something with it, to impact other people's lives, to be able to multiply it. But here's the thing, hitting $100,000 is just the beginning. Once you have that solid foundation, that's when you can start exploring other wise passive ways to grow your wealth or invest in real estate. Yoo-hoo! I'm always out here trying to get y'all into real estate. But with real estate investing, you're able to capture both equity growth and cash flow. So that's what I mostly did. And today, the same portfolio, the same real estate portfolio is pouring back into my ETF portfolio to just continue to grow it. The principles of money to me is just so fascinating. Once you understand the core fundamentals and you just consistently invest into it. So if you're thinking like, oh, I don't have anyone to teach me this stuff, I don't even know where to start, or I might even have the money, trust me, all the excuses that you can come up with in today's world, you will be able to validate it, but it doesn't change your circumstance. But you've also got me though. Learn from my lessons. I'm here to inspire you to hopefully spark an inspiration and take an action for yourself. Okay, how can you start building wealth for yourself to see that first $100,000? I've got some action steps for you. 1, create a very simple budget and stick to it. Know where your dollars are going and make sure you're prioritizing your saving and your investing. Do not wait until tax season when you get them refunds back and you get your taxes back. That's when you're like, oh, this is all that I made? This is all I made? Where did that money go? You've already lost the battle. Be aware of what you're spending your money on. 2, open a high yield savings account. I mean, gee, at this point, I feel like every single video I'm telling y'all to get a high yield savings account. Y'all need to get some of these banks to sponsor your sis, okay? Because the way I'm going in the paint for these high yield savings accounts, hey, it's too much. It's too much. But I say it's a good option. Look into it, you know? Look into it. Look into it. The way you're going to be consistent with growing your high yield savings account is to just automate payments. When that check comes into that checking account, automate a portion of it to go into your high yield savings account. Number 3, start investing. It's not this monumental thing. I mean, taking the step is amazing. It's a must, sis, but don't overwhelm yourself with it. Just sign up for a brokerage account with any of the brokerage firms that you're comfortable with and just start investing. You also want to automate that process as much as you can. It's not everything that you can automate, but you can automate reinvesting your growth and your return to leverage compound interest in your favor. Don't try to time the market or pick individual stocks, especially if you're not trying to learn about the company, its goals, what they've achieved so far, and all that stuff. ETFs, they're growth focused ones as well that you can leverage, but it still spreads your risk. This strategy alone has given me at least a 12% annual return in the past 5 years. Number 4, you're gonna have to start looking for ways to increase your income. You know I'm all for a good side hustle. Don't complicate it. One of my first side hustles, I was helping friends transform their resumes to try to get high paying jobs. This was like pre-chat GPT and all that stuff, so it was very much needed, especially when you didn't have somebody to like lead you or teach you how to do it and get into these corporate jobs. I was actually scammed by someone. This is where it was birthed from, okay? I met this guy and he was like, yeah, this is what I do. I can definitely do it to attract the companies that you want, yada, yada, yada. And, you know, it is when you have the last few pennies to rub together, that's when your foolishness will make you lose that too. In fact, the resume that he submitted to me, I was like, wow. Hey, I could have done this one crowd. So I took it upon myself to research it. And that's why I figured out how to create those resumes that was able to attract the right job descriptions for these high paying jobs. And I was like, heck, if I've been able to crack this, I'm pretty sure folks in my community can use it as well. And that's how I was able to help people do that. So don't overthink it. It could be a skill that you already have, that you might even think like, oh, this is not even that valuable. You know, I could just do it in my sleep or whatever. Well, somebody's struggling to do it and they'll be willing to pay you for it. People are literally willing to pay you for something that might come so easy to you, like I said, but to them, it might not. It could be as simple as taking them from point A to point B. There's all sorts of research online that they could do and figure it out. But the time that it would take, it'd be more valuable for them to pay you for you to quickly be able to do that for them. There was actually a time where I was bringing in over $1,000. Back then, that was some serious like side hustle money to be making. It actually reached a point I was like considering, shall I go all in this? And I was pretty good too, because I'll take them through the whole process. I'm pretty good at negotiating. So I will like walk them through the interview process and how to negotiate the salary offer and things like that. And I low-key thought I was about to like open a little practice around that, but no, it didn't happen. But I want you to know that you have a skill right now that somebody is willing to pay for. I promise you. Okay, my next one, I always put it in here because you can't move without knowledge. Educate yourself. Learn about the basics of personal financing, your financing, and investing. It's not complicated. It's made and perceived to be that way. Maybe to deter folks like us, I don't know, but you ain't gonna be deterring us, okay? Us here in this community around here, we do it scared. You're not going to be deterring us. We're building this thing. But then also don't overwhelm yourself, okay? Otherwise, you're gonna be caught in this paralysis of continuous education. I always say that, especially with folks that hit me up in the desire to start a business. And what are you doing now? Oh, well, I'm taking this course and I'm taking this training and I'm doing, and it's like, it reaches a certain point, you don't even realize it, but you look back, education is an amazing tool. However, if you desire to build something, to see your life change, the impact you're looking for, action needs to happen. Apply the education and see it through. Because the more that you know, the better you'll be positioned to make smarter money moves. During those times when I lost that money doing silly investments because somebody said it was so great, it wasn't after that I learned, that I educated myself. But imagine if I'd done that beforehand. I would have been wise enough to know that, hey, it is not simple. Hey, you're breaking one of the main rules about money. You cannot invest in a high risk opportunity and think that there is absolutely no risk and the only end side of it of high return is all that you're going to get. That, hey, you can't lose your money when you invest. That's just the period foundational rule.
You got it.
So I'm constantly excited to learn from those that have done it, to learn more about their journey, to, you know, and it's good to like hear different stories and different perspectives, different educational avenues, because what it does is it allows you to make your own well-informed decision, not just because somebody who is in a position of influence or power says it, so that's what we're going with it. But you take this, you read that book, you listen to a podcast, you watch that video, put all that together and make your own informed decision. Building wealth is really about your mindset. Like, that is the foundational core that you cannot like skip over. And it's not about getting rich quick. You know, when you quickly come into a large sum of money and you don't have these fundamentals down, this education to understand how money works, there is a really great chance that in a short time frame, all that money will go away from you. Not because you're cursed or anything like that. It's because money follows very basic principles. And if you don't apply those principles, the money will go to the next person who understands those principles. So here's my challenge to you. What is one step that you have been taking or that you plan to take today to build wealth for you? Because it's time you saw 100K in your bank account. It's very feasible. It shifts your mindset on how you can leverage money as a tool for the betterment of yourself and also your loved ones around you. Let me know below what your next step is towards a 100K goal. These are the videos that I mentioned earlier. I believe that you will truly enjoy it. Will I see you there? Sis, remember, I believe in you, because around here, I know you're taking action even when you're scared. You do it scared. We do it scared.